Welcome to part 3 of the FG training. We're going to look now at the part 3 really covers the firmware update and making sure all your kits are in order. So as always, I'm at the 2017 folder. First thing you need to do is install an FTP client called FileZilla. It's here. I'm using 64-bit, so I'm going to load mine up now. Install FileZilla. What this does is it allows us also, make sure you don't install all this garbage, so you just do no. Now we're good. This allows us to install files directly on the SD card, which will be used to do the firmware update. So I'm going to start FileZilla. That will come up now. Now there is a document on this. If you don't like the way I'm saying it or whatever, or you want to read a document at the same time, again, go to the user guides, FG series, and here is a firmware update here. It tells you the whole thing here about how you do it, all the passwords, everything else. So you'll be good to go with that. So just look for that document. Okay, we have FileZilla here. What I always do is I create a library. So I go up to File, I'll do this slowly, Site Manager. I create a new site and I call it SD card. Then I put the IP address in of the controller, 192.168.10.11. You don't need to put the port number in because that will automatically be assigned, but you do need to change here where it says encryption, change it to only use plain FTP. Click. Now go to the logon type where it says anonymous. We're not going to use that. We're going to use normal. Click. And the user is in that document, but I'm going to tell you what it is. It's lowercase SD card for the username. Then double click all this and just type over the top 12345 Okay. Hit connect and that'll save everything. And you can see we're now inside the FG controller's SD card. Now the FG320 folder is only there for one reason, and that is for firmware updates. So double click on that. It must go in there or it won't work. Then navigate yourself on the left hand side. This is your PC now. I'm going to go to my desktop into my 2017 folder, which is here. Double click. I can expand this here so I can see everything. I want the firmware. Here it is. You see that? FG firmware. Double click. For an FG Plus, you always select the 2. Double click. Flashing. Double click. And select all those 4 files. Just the shift button, the arrow, right click, upload. And then on the bottom here, you'll see transferring. And when that's finished, it will tell us, you'll get a signal to say that the files have been transferred. All we do then is we reboot the controller via the CPT tool. It's very straightforward. So let's just wait for that to finish. It won't take that long. As you can see, 1 has been sent already. Sorry, 3 have been sent. We've now got the largest file just going in there into the SD card. I'll just show you now what we're going to do in CPT. We're going to log in. So we've got a nice plain wire sheet here. When the firmware update or the files have been transferred, we actually put the mouse on top of EasyIO FG here. Do a right hand click with your mouse. Go to Actions. Scroll across and hit Reboot. But not just yet. Let's wait till the transfer is finished. Still going across. Shouldn't take too much longer. And then we'll be able to see all the files in here. All 4 files will be in here. There it is. It just finished. You see the message I got to say it's been successful. So now we can go back to CPT. We can now do the right hand click. Now before I do this, when you click this, look at the controller afterwards and you'll see you'll get a solid red light after about 5 seconds. Wait about 1 to 1.5 minutes, it'll be finished, and you'll have your firmware update finished. So reboot, yes, and then do cancel here, because it's going to try and connect to something that's not running. And then you can close CPT. And then just wait. I'm looking at my controller now and I see a red light. So when that's finished, that will take us to then part 4 of the training, and we'll start doing some real work. This is just getting you prepared at this stage. So thanks for your patience. Hang in there.